The story of three women kept captive for years by a man in Cleveland made headlines worldwide. Now, two of the women, Amanda Berry and Gina DeJesus, are sharing what they went through in their book, Hope, a Memoir of Survival in Cleveland. We're joined now by two of the co-authors this morning, Pulitzer Prize-winning Washington Post journalists, Mary Jordan and Kevin Sullivan. Great to have you both here. Boy, I have a lot of questions that I want to ask. First off, what's the one big thing, the shocking thing you learned with talking to these two young women and putting their story down on paper?
I think the thing that you learn is that even just completely normal average people can find extraordinary strength inside themselves if they look. These were, Gina was 14 when she was taken. Amanda was just a day before her 17th birthday. And they were just normal average kids. They were, Gina was a 7th grader, Amanda worked at the Burger King, and they were just regular nice kids thrust into this absolutely unimaginable situation. And they found a way to overcome it, which is incredible.
It's just amazing. And the two of you working together, how did you each bring your own perspectives into collaborating on this book?
Well, we have good editors in each other. We've worked together for a long time. We're married. We've written another book together. We've been around the world, so it worked out. I was going to say one surprising thing is Gina, who was only 14 when she was taken. We were talking to her for hundreds of hours, and months into it, she told us one of the most amazing stories in the book is how he played Russian roulette with her in the house. She was only 14 years old, and he said, "You want to play a game with me? If I put this to your head and you allow me to pull the trigger, then you get to do it to me." There were a lot of surprises. He was so unexpected and mercurial that they never knew what he was going to do. And pretty hard, as Kevin was saying, for young kids to deal with this. But the good news is that they're out. It's a miracle, really, that he didn't kill them.
It is.
And they're rebuilding. They're just starting over, and they're still young.
And Amanda and Gina will be at the Sidwell Friends School tonight with ABC's Martha Raddatz at 7 o'clock. Tickets, admission is free.
Admission is free, open to the public. Please come join us.
Yeah. How are they doing? I mean, it's been a couple years now.
They're doing incredibly well. They'll always have scars from something like this, of course, but they're doing just remarkably well. And Amanda had a daughter in the house who was born on Christmas Day, 2006. She's 8 years old now. And she is just a remarkable little kid. She's smart and funny and not afraid of people. You'd never know there was anything unusual about her, and she's a real tribute to her mother, who tried so hard inside the house to make sure that life was as normal as possible. On the day that Jocelyn would have been old enough to start kindergarten, Amanda decided, okay, well, it's time that Jocelyn should go to kindergarten too. So she actually set up a little classroom inside her room, this tiny little room where she had been chained for all these years. And she set up a little whiteboard and a desk and a chair, and at the beginning of every class, she said, okay, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. And they stood and they said the Pledge of Allegiance together before their class.
Wow. I know as a journalist for 27 years, there's some stories that get me deeper than others. I'm curious, I've got about 45 seconds left, if the two of you in your own words could tell me kind of how their story, how these two young ladies have affected you personally.
I think I learned you really have to enjoy every moment, because you never know when things are going to change. And given the hell they went through, chained to a radiator for 7 years, I have no right to complain about anything.
Yeah. And the freedoms that we enjoy.
Right. Sun on your face. He locked them away in that house. No sun for a decade.
Yeah.
And when they walked out, it was things like touching grass and feeling sun that made them happy.
Wow. And again, the book is Hope, a Memoir of Survival in Cleveland. And again, these two young ladies, Amanda Berry and Gina DeJesus, will be at the Sidwell Friends School tonight in D.C. at 7 o'clock. Tickets are available right now from Politics and Prose. They are free. You can go meet them. And again, just a great story, a great book as well. Mary Jordan and Kevin Sullivan, thanks so much for being here.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
And thanks for telling their story. I think it's one that, and appropriately titled as well, I believe.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.